Hey guys, so I'm at Reload Sanctuary in Canggu, Bali, and I'm here to test out to see if this is the gym to go to if you train calisthenics. I'll be hitting a workout, and as always, when I'm filming in gyms, I'm going to be respectful of the people around me, so most of the viewing angles that you're going to see over here isn't going to be the most aesthetic. You're not going to see like these public reactions. This is going to be a raw training vlog to see if this gym is the right fit for you when you're functionally training calisthenics to a high level. So let's get it. So what I'm showing you right now is the dip bar slash parallel setup that I've got. Unlike any other gyms in Canggu, this gym has thick dip bars and they can be used in many different ways. So this lying down position is what I'm going to do for my straddle planche presses. And the thickness is competition level, which is very interesting. I've never actually seen a dip bar design like this, nor have I used one, but it seems pretty stable and I think it's gonna get the job done. So let's do my set of straddle planche presses and see how we go. Before we start, we got some chalk. I talked to the manager. He said that we're not allowed to use powdered chalk here, but we can use liquid chalk because it doesn't make that much of a mess to the equipment. So get your liquid chalk when going to this gym. I've been feeling pretty heavy when it comes to planche training recently, but I'm not letting that be an excuse for me to not do planche presses. So I utilized a lot of my lower back to flick up, and I curved my legs in order to just get up into the handstand. I separate messy volume with high intensity and body weight, and then I do clean volume with resistance bands and trying to keep everything engaged. So just because you can't do something clean doesn't mean that you should neglect presses when it comes to planche. So I'm resting right now. I've got 4 more minutes and I'm sitting in front of that fan over there because it's really humid. Like when I first started training here, my lens was fogging up and Bali humidity is on the next level. So I'm gonna sit in front of that, cool down, and the next set, instead of doing a double straddle press, I'm gonna go straddle press, go into an L sit, then tuck planche, and then shoot back into a straddle press. That's pretty good. One thing I've realized is that when you switch between a really thick grip for your handstands and then a really thin grip, then you need to relearn. So after being in Bali for about a month and a half now, I've just been doing everything on thin parallettes. So this is my first session back on the thick bars. Front level will be nicer. Doing combos will be nicer because I actually prefer the thickness, but I have to relearn the handstand at this point. You can probably obviously tell, but the reason why I've got the dip bars like that is because there's no medium or small parallettes in this gym yet. I'm gonna put in a request for them, but as of now, there's no equipment that's kind of like smaller than a dip bar. So for this next exercise, I'm gonna do planche push-ups, body weight. I'm gonna do 5 with deep range of motion, but not locking out at the top in straddle. And I'm gonna do 5 in full, but only gonna go top range, so not going all the way down. It's this method of dividing the range of motion which has been helping me understand the planche better in terms of explosiveness. If you're new to doing planche push-ups, I was implementing something called elbow tech for the full planche. So even though I can't do clean form full planche push-ups to hold, I'm still hooking my elbows with the help of these elbow sleeves into my waist and just using whip tech to get my legs to explosively lock out my elbows at the top. So messy volume for body weight, but of course I have days where I use resistance bands and train push-ups to hold clean form. So yeah, I think this dip bar setup passes the stability test. Definitely isn't comp standard. You won't be sending all your craziest stuff here, but training wise, definitely check it out. Sorry guys, my front lever isn't the strongest right now because it's not been a priority, but I still want to add some volume to it because my goals right now is to just do planche and Maltese and build up as much muscle as I can to protect my tendons from doing those movements. And if that means that I have to do the back movements like the front lever, then so be it, but the volume is only really small and I like to incorporate it on days that I'm feeling heavy because I can still feel like I'm doing something and I'm still gaining muscle. even though it's not like my goal, you know. I'm gonna do deep 90-degree handstand push-ups. There's no like small parallettes or medium-sized parallettes that I can use, but I'm gonna put a box underneath the dip bars and use that as a measure for my deep 90s. And yes, they have BOSU boards, so if you like one-arm balancing, this is gonna be the gym for you. And they have 5, so you'll never run out. This next exercise is something that I get lots of my front lever beginners to do. It's a twist on an inverted row. So instead of you just trying to retract and get that elbow drive in, we're blending it with a little bit of advanced tuck front lever pull-up trickery, as you might say. So I'm gonna demonstrate it. I'm really trying to keep my hips in line with my back, enter the retraction, have that false grip, and basically just do advanced tuck pull-up to touches, but I have hamstring assistance. So yeah, use this one. For Maltese, I'm gonna do a superset. One's gonna be a dumbbell Maltese hold. I was gonna do Zanetti's, but I wanna mix things up a little bit, so I'm gonna superset it with half lay Maltese presses on floor. So I had to look back at the footage and I was going into it with retraction, but actually looks way more protracted than I thought. So if you're doing Maltese training and you're going at it the same way that you're doing planche training, keep in mind that the lever is completely different. So when you think you're doing retraction in Maltese, you're actually protracting way more than you think. I'm not gonna worry about the imbalances for now. I do know that like I have a really tight shoulder and I might have to massage my chest a little bit more to open that up, but we're just gonna send it, and if we're working within our pain limit, then it should be fine. It's not so much about the repetitions you can do, it's the time and attention. Especially since you're working on isometrics, with the Maltese, it goes straight into the tendon. So don't confuse hold times, reps, and time and attention together. Like, divide and conquer for sure. Because if you feel a little bit of tightness, just like I did in that set, then you're gonna know when to stop and just save it for the next one. So this is my last and final set for Maltese. It's really important to understand that you don't want to push too hard in this straight arm position. Most of the tendon adaptations and recovery that you feel will be 24 hours after you train Maltese. So it should be 70% recovery, and then of that 30% work that you do for Maltese, it's split between intensity and volume. So today's more of a volume day, working with the weights and then the leans, and other days, such as yesterday, I was doing resistance bands and more high intensity, wide planche attempts. So I finished the workout over here. I'm gonna show you a bit more about the gym before I sneak downstairs. So this was where I was doing the planche. Pretty much this was where I was doing Maltese work. And then the whole jungle equipment side over there was where I was doing front lever. There's also an outdoor track, and that's the stairs leading downstairs. So yeah, this is Reload Sanctuary upstairs area. The last exercise I'm going to do is not really an exercise, it's more for rehab. I'm going to use a cable machine and I'm going to do tricep extensions, because it's really good to train your biceps, but you're going to also train the antagonist as well, or else your tendon will become really, really sore. So I've been doing lots of bicep work. I'm going to do lots of tricep extension work as well. Bro, it's gonna be the most boringest thing to do. I'm just gonna film one set of tricep extensions because you get the idea. It's for rehab, it's not really for aesthetics. You get aesthetic with calisthenics as a byproduct, but I'm literally doing tricep extensions so that I don't get injured for Maltese. That's it. So, this is the portion of the gym that I'll be using. I'm not gonna show all of it because I wanna be respectful of the people around me, and there's lots of the staff that do promote you filming, but I don't want to be a dickhead about it, alright? So this is the tricep extension machine I'm going to use. That's the entrance over there. These are all the weights, and then extending all the way down there, that's where the gym is, and there's people over here. So the last thing on the agenda is a 1 hour incline tread, because I am on a cut and I want to burn some calories. Also, walking is a really good way to promote your digestion. So when I do have my meal after this, then my body's ready to take it all in. But I want to do it after training, so I'm not going to be losing all the anabolic benefits of my workout. So I don't treadmill before working out anymore. I used to do it when I was like dead focused in the calisthenics training, but these days I'm more into like building muscle. And then when I feel like my body's ready for it, then I'll go full into calisthenics. In terms of the gym itself, I wouldn't recommend it as for now. It's 3 days into opening, so it's pretty new, but the atmosphere just isn't there. It's a bit too spacious for me. I like something a little bit more compact, and I like training at the park as well, so a gym is not even my forte. So don't take gym location advice from me as a calisthenics athlete, but if you're going to find a gym, then but you need to have the equipment such as like the tall P-bars, and go for this one. But it doesn't have medium or small parallettes. Other than that, if you guys just enjoyed this workout because you've got to see what I do, then yeah, awesome. But this is Reload Sanctuary. Thanks for watching.